Good morning, friends. Today I am going to speak about the poem, high secondary poem, English poem which was written by Dutt. The youngest poetess has written this poem before her 21st age, 21st, because at the time of 21st, at her prime age, she died because of that chronic disease, which is exist in there. She is that last long and very long times lived the children in her house 21 years old. Now I am 52.2 years old man, but living by reading that poems, giving that information about that poem which was written by 21 years old girl. How long we are living doesn't matter, but how we lived in this world is a matter. That is a matter. She only has written that very famous poem, The Lotus, also. Through that, she advocated the Indian greatness to that Western world, developed Western world like country like Britain and also France regarding with this. Our Casuarina tree. Casuarina, you know that one of that wood which is very suitable for the firewood. Firewood are many things for this. It only grow in that tropical regions. Tropical region. Dutt, she was born in the year of 1856 and died in the year of 1877. 1877. She lived only for that 21 years world. Yes, was a Bengali poetess. Bengali poetess. She loved the land sensibility. She loved the land sensibility. She wrote the poem. She wrote the poem and literary work in English and French. She wrote the poem and literary work in English as well as that French. And her family was a family of distinguished intellectual and poets because her father, mother, great grandfather all are poets. Intellectual family. She distinguished very famous and well known and intellectual and poets. And she is a poetess. Poets means gents. Poets. Poetess means poetess. One more yes. We have to add with poetess. Toru had that privilege of being taught the excellent tutor at home, Later on of that long stay in Europe and England, he stayed in that long time is in Europe as well and England. A well-known collection of the poems with the title Ancient Ballad. Lyrical ballad is a collection of poems written by William Wordsworth and Coleridge. She had written that poem, The Ancient Ballad, and Legend of Hindustan, who are that real living hero of that and Hindustan. And the volume of the poem in French entitled and shaft gleaned in French field, or that address credited to her, the most well-known poem of that Tour that is Our Casuarina Tree, and also The Lotus is also a very good, nice poem. And the key point of this poem is, yeah, we keep this point to understand the poetic line which was written by Toru. That's important. A crooked and scarred trunk, the winds like a python up to the star. Very huge and tall trees and very straight. It is grow like a python. Python. Python is that one of the snake, yeah, venomless snake, huge snake, giant snake, which is live in that and water and river coastal lines, yeah, river coastal line. But Python is also nowadays computer program is developed in engineering and another things for this computer. It is a huge creeper and it is a flower or crimson letter. Our Casuarina tree lived in that to submit touch into that cloud, the sky and it is and also the crooked, it's a bend, the bend and scar were scared, drunk, and winds like a python up the star. Python up, like a python. The python was lay on the ground, yeah, lay on the ground for 100 feet or 50 feet or something like this. But it is in that vertical position in that position. It is a huge creeper, some of that creeper, and the plant, and its flower in the crimson cluster. First, castor tree. Upon that castor tree, some creeper is also growing along with that support of that embraced and crimson red color flowers in that place. Bees and birds come to eat in the covers our the castor tree. The birds and bees also come to and build their nest in it. Yes. When the people sleep, a song with no end overflow the garden. The song with night and daytime. In my grandmother area, if I go that, I can hear that Casuarina forest full of all four side. In that east, west, south and north side, that village was surrounded by Casuarina forest, which is in that Vangudi and Vennangudi, Kadivetti. Many people is know that Guru, Kadivetti Guru, the Maviran, Napoleon, next to Napoleon, Napoleon of that Tamil Nadu, யாரும் சொல்லல நான் சொல்றேன். He is also Napoleon of Tamil Nadu. His father is Julius Caesar of Tamil Nadu. Julius Caesar of how Julius Caesar was killed, murdered by his companion. The same manner, his father is also killed by his companion villagers and relatives of that village. That is why and indulge for this. When the people sleep, a song with his and his son compared with Napoleon, the leader of that French Revolution. But his father was compared with, I compare, no one is compared, but I compare because I know the similar elements of that, similar way of life of that Julius Caesar, as well as that Kadavati Guru father. His name is Armugam. I was informed by my father to his story. He is a well-wisher of the poor people, benevolent people of the and poor people, and beyond that I don't know regarding with that. My father used to say like this. Whenever I used to teach Julius Caesar, I used to say his father for way of life also. The courageous deed and courageous and valor and a great talented person in the field of and looting that people of richest man and used to give that poor man. இருக்கவனிடத்தில் எடுத்து இல்லாதவனிடத்தில் கொடுப்பது தர்மமடா. இருக்கிறவன்ட்டேருந்து எடுத்து இல்லாத கொண்டு போய் கோயிலில் போடுறது அதர்மமடா. அதனால் நரகத்துக்கு தான் போவீங்க. இருக்கிறவன்ட்டேருந்து எடுத்து அவர் he definitely his spirit he challenged directly with that police or anybody was the most courageous person regarding for this. சரி, அதுக்கு இதுக்கு சம்மந்தம் இல்லை. But anyhow, no end overflows. Like that in the Casuarina forest. Oh, on the area, Kadaveti, and that Kadaveti, then Trikalapur and Papagudi, Vangudi, Minsuruti. This area is people loves very much to grow the Casuarina trees, Casuarina forest. Casuarina, once they invested means after 5 years and 6 years, they will get that lump amount like even in those days 2 lakh rupees and 3 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees based upon that and the land measures, land based upon that land number of Casuarina tree is also. When the people sleep, song with no end overflows the garden. During the night times, always night time, day times, the song is coming out from that Casuarina tree. Like that you can see that sound. After experienced without sound you cannot sleep. And that is that lullaby to that people. Like that how that fishermen, coastal people cannot sleep without listening that sound of the ocean or tree. In the same manner, the people without hearing that music of that Casuarina tree, they cannot sleep regarding with that. In my area, During the night times, we can hear that wolf sound or haggle sound, and the owl sounds. Because my area is surrounded with forest and Castana forest and other forest, mango forest. Regarding with this, okay, when the people sleep song with no end, overflow that garden even 24 hours, all the 24/7, 24/7 or 360/24, yeah. The poet watches that beautiful tree at dawn. DWN. Dawn means in the early morning. The poetess through the casement watches that tree and its majestic appearance in the early mornings. In the early morning, the monkey sits like a statue, on it, and young ones play in that lower branches. The huge monkeys and my father and mother, the monkey was sitting like a statue to look at that sunlight in the morning times. The young ones are jumping, moving here and there, and playing on that lower branches of that Casuarina tree. Casuarina tree. The sleep cows grazing grass that green field. The sleeping the cow also, the milk cow, and also heifer, and the young animals were used to live beneath that Casuarina tree, and also the and grassy the green field, the grassy the green field. After grassing that green field, they used to come and sleep under the Casuarina tree. Casuarina, such a huge tree. It is look like a and a fig tree and banyan trees are like this because very long time they can live like people tree and banyan tree. That was very strong. Even a fire wood is prepared to and make that fire to burn the dead bodies only made by the this Casuarina logs. And also this for cooking fire very good. It is like a cylinder. Three piece is enough for to make the dinner or tiffin or whatever it may be. Yes, sleeping house, grass the green field. It in the shadows of the and hoar tree water, hoar tree water, lilies and comes out like a mass of that snow, lilies crimson. But even that in the neighboring shadow of the hoar tree water, the tree water is fell down. Lilies comes out like a mass of that snow. Lilies, and nearby there is there was a pond. In that pond, lilies comes out like a snow. How that like a snow? In the same manner, the white flower appear in that water. It is not by size that a Casuarina attract the poet's souls. The size is not attracted. The huge size is why elephant is attracted because of its size. Why that why honey badger is attracted me because of its courageousness and boldness, and also it is a way of life regarding with this. Yes, and why people loves very much the huge mountains because of its size only. But even that people loves that little things because of that workmanship. Why Taj Mahal loved Mana? Because of workmanship, because of that valuable material in these places. And she has played beneath that child. Casuarina tree attacked the poet's soul not by its size, because of that birds, because of the monkeys, because of that cow, and because of the majestic steps like python, and also creepers round and grow and top appear as a crimson red flowers. This is that reason regarding for this. And also she played beneath as a child with her with her companion. She used to play under that tree, and it shall be in her memory forever. I mean, in the childhood days, I also used to play under that neem tree in front of my house, but that tree is cut and sold by someone for constructing house, anything for this. Yes, I used to collect that banyan fruits under the tree by the dawn, and before sunrise we used to honey like a banyan fruits. which was nearby on the bank of that one lake in my area. Small lake only, small lake. That is between that size that in my area, Periyeri. That means big lake in my area that is greater than the pond, smaller than the lake, but fresh water, and full of like that. In that bank was one tree that is delicious and more sweet than that honey or something like that. We our with our companion we run towards that tree like a birds. The birds are running towards east side. That tree was remain in that western side. We before morning taking one plate and run towards to collect the fruits, and all the birds to fell down the fruits to us regarding. We also climb to and collect the fruits right like that. Yes, it cannot be removed from my heart. It cannot be and forgotten. And the childhood remembrance. That is why William Blake has written about that Song of Innocence and Song of Experience. Song of Innocence means before 18 years and what the experience he had, that is called regarding for this. This is also but the Song of Innocence. Song of Innocence cannot be forgotten, cannot be removed from our conscious mindset regarding with this. Yes, and Castrina attract the poet. She has played beneath as a child with her mates. It shall be in her memory forever. Memory forever. She till the death. She cannot forget that wonderful and very joyful happiness she enjoyed under that banyan tree, under that castorina tree. I enjoyed a lot of happiness under the banyan tree and neem tree, but store that and his mat enjoyed lot of things under the castorina tree. So that mats shall be in her memory because cradle to grave. Whatever we used to practice and do in the childhood days, it cannot be stopped. It will be goes on till our grave. That cannot be changed. People used to say the tree lament can be here for we can hear. Suppose once we hear, if you go anywhere, America or Russia, anything, our inner eyes, inner ears can hear the sound of that castor tree, and also our inner eyes can see such a visible things what we have seen in that things that cannot be forgotten. The outer eyes, outer ears cannot hear, cannot see things some distance restriction, but inner eyes, inner ears they can see anything at any distance. Yeah, she and the she has played beneath as a child with her mats, and it shall be in her memory forever. The tree lament means lamentations, and also making sound or that and singing a song for that death of anyone regarding for this lamentation song. When she was alive with her mat, that was a joyful song. But nowadays become that lamentation can be here far in a difference, long time, far and far away in that distant land. And because of forget that childhood experience, she used to go for France, go for England, go for Afghanistan and many more places. But she can hear the song of lamentation of that and castorina tree through the ocean regarding with this. The poet here the tree lamenting her absence, her absence. Even she is not in that place, and she had gone a distant land. The tree was in her house, but she was in that foreign land. She had gone to the foreign land through ship or that aeroplane. She communicated with the trees. She communicated with the trees. The world at night, the world at night, the music and inner sight, the music and inner sight of the bright moon, the music and inner sight of the moon, the tree is seen be that most loud at the prime of the poet life. The castor tree is that most loud, the prime, the most, the loud at the prime, the poet life, the prime of the at that age of 21. that Toru that allowed that casina trees and lot the maximum than that father and mother, maximum than any other precious metal and gold. She loved very much, and loved that prime of quiet life, the world at night, the music and inner sight of that bright moon. The tree is seen to be the most loved at the prime of the quiet life. That tree was loved by her because, and she was played under that trees and enjoyed the beauty of the tree, majestic of the tree, and that cannot be removed from the. We cannot separate the and the Casuarina tree as well as our Casuarina tree. That means told that brother, told that sister, and told that father and mother. No one is there. All died except told that regarding with that. The poet loved and honor the tree. The best place to rest, the best place to take rest. That is that I used to take rest inside that Lord Shiva temple in my area. I climbed up that wall, then get down into that. I get it inside many fruits, lemon fruits, pomegranates, and guava fruits. After wood apple inside is there. After eating all the things, I used to sleep for 2 hours, 3 hours without any disturbance. Inside that temple, my place. But like that, whenever she feel tired or boring, she used to spend her time under that castor tree. Under that castor tree, shadow is not the cool one, but the creeper, creeper, and the vine, vine, vine plant. That leaf gives more, increase that thickness of that the chill where fragrance also in that spread by the flower of that and creepers. The poet loved and honored the tree. The best place to rest, best place to rest. Why this room is also the best place to rest? Because I am living only one room. After working in that college, I used to come and take rest and after take care of the students, those who are living here in that places. The poet loves and honor the tree, the best place to rest. The tree must be deathless, moving through the hope and fear. The tree must be the deathless, no death to that tree, and moving through the hope. Hope means have a strong faith about anything, and that fear, she expects love to protect the tree forever. She expects love to protect the tree, she expects love to protect that tree forever. She gets some soul satisfaction and soul companion. She might be lead that comfortable life whenever she can look at that tree. That is why these are the key points before going to discuss about our this poem which was written by Tordet, the colonial writer, pre-colonial writer. The poem begins with the description of that tree. Our castor tree describes about that description. Description means how is it appearance. The tree looked like a python was standing in that vertical posture. The poet says that creeper has wound wound itself round that wound itself that round the rouged trunk of the castor tree, rouged very strong and also round and round as a castor tree like the huge python. It looked like a huge python. When I was in Kerala, I had seen that one python was try to swallow and break that chicken from that rooster. The another end is with the and laid that the pill of and arika tree, பாம்பு மரம், பாக்கு மரம் வெட்டி போட்டிருக்காங்க. We had gone to eat the tiffin in that hotel. And that outside the more crowd. It was raining, and I had gone for that one call outside. I had seen that one of the it is look like that arika tree, the python look like it is moving, but immediately moving like some strange movement. It is also some of that the bulged portion is coming into that its mouth. All the hen, the Kerala people loves very much to keep that rooster outside of that house. Yeah, and also more than 50 or 20 any numbers they used to keep, but they are generous and broad-minded people. But our people, Tamil Nadu people, is jealous. We cannot keep any roaster. If we grow, some of the nonsense people come and tested it. That is waste of keeping. And also we received that scold from the trespasses of that Ken and Cock outside other neighbor house. We received the scolding of that neighbor. But someone third person unknown people used to taste all the things from there. Yes, casna tree like a huge python. The creeper has left the deep mark on that trunk, so that after I informed to my father, and the father I informed to that owner. The owner and father you go and met that, they realized that differentiate, that is the one python had come down from that top of the mountain. Dude, they used to eat that more than 10 and can and swallowed by it. After putting knot in the center part of the python was vomited. Whether it is handed to the forest officers, we know not. After we had gone, that was a great entertainment to that people seeing such a huge python. First was I betrayed. How that Katawaman was betrayed, Katama was betrayed by that Yatapan, the same manner this Manivanan is betrayed that python to that people to get lot of. So I must get punishment regarding for this. Yes, the tree like a python, the creeper has a deep mark on that trunk of that huge tree. And because that creeper was living for long times, there is a mark. Mark, there's some track is formed regarding with that. The tree is so strong that the tree was actually Kasna tree was a very strong tree, and it bear that tight hold of the creeper. It bear the tight hold, 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 held, yeah, hold of that creeper. The tree is described as being a gallant and possible brave. She was gallant, the most courageous, very strong, and also possibly is brave like a honey badger, brave and courageous, as very few trees would survive in that stronghold. Very few trees survive in the stronghold of the creeper. The many trees had been killed. Suppose it's mango tree means the tree will be killed, but by the strong hold of that creepers. And this is that very strong, but the tree can survive even that strong creeper or wound of that creeper in that place. So Casuarina tree is stronger than any other trees, but not like mahoganies as well as teakwood and neem trees. Yes, the poet then goes on to describe that life, describes that life that thrives amidst every fact of the tree. Every fact of the tree, the tree is compared to the giant, giant, where giant, selfish giant, the man eaters, otherwise known as the other known as that. If anybody is eating the man directly, they were known as giant. Anybody is eating the man indirectly by their source, by their sweat and income, they are also called as a politicians and also richest man regarding for this giant. Argays na giant eaters, monstrous eaters, otherwise known as that, due to its huge size and strength, the boldness. The Casuarina tree is wearing the colorful scarf. We are also used to during the winter season. The women used to wear the scarf, SAR, wearing the scarf covered with head and ears. Then used to work for sprinkling housing solution in front of the car, putting rangoli, putting many more artistic work before that house in the early morning, and like the creepers flower like a scarf. Often at night, the garden echoes. Echoes means reflecting again. I had gone to that Annamangalam one by one in one of my village, one of my native people, two of my native people studied. They did some mischievous deed. Due to that, they were expelled from that college. What's that? Suspend for 3 months. So after 3 months, they demand their relatives, kith and kin, to retain their attending classes, and also that boy take me to that area. And that Annamangalam and that institution surrounded by all four sides is a mountain. That mountain consists lot of and caves and caves. During the night times, you can hear that sound of that and reflecting the whole day. That area was like a valley, and surrounded and filled with that shepherds. The shepherds used to guard their cattle, like sound like ho ho ho. The sound is reflecting one mountain to the opposite to that another side. The sound we can hear that. I did not sleep, and it was habituated. They were accustomed to that sound. That village people cannot sleep without listen that sound regarding, but other people cannot sleep because of that sound, because they are inexperienced, they are experienced. They like that sound, they hate that sound. Yeah, regarding for this, due to the huge size, the strength and boldness, yeah, the tree is compared to the giant due to its huge size. Huge python means only lap size, but in this size, it is like that is very age old. It's look like very larger than python or any other things, because of its huge size, strength, power, and power very strong, and boldness, which is that straight. Regarding with this, castor tree is wearing the colorful scarf. Often at night, the garden echoes, and echoes means reflecting some of the strange sound in that place, and it seems to be jubilant. The song of that nightingale has no end. It no, how that we can hear that music of that nightingale in the desert, and cuckoo in that desert, nightingale in that valley. The same manner we can enjoy the sound of that, the music of that castor tree, day and night non-stop, day and night non-stop. Regarding so it at dawn, when that poet open her windows and she is delighted. Nightingale, it continues till dawn. From continues, the song is we can hear by sung by that the movement of the air through the needle like leaves of the Casuarina tree at that dawn only. When the poet opened her window, she is delighted to see the Casuarina tree. Delighted, loves very much, happy to see that Casuarina tree. The mostly in a winter season. Winters, the grey color baboon means male monkey, is seen sitting on that crest of the tree and bow of the tree, seeing the seeing the sunrise with her young ones leaping and playing in the tree's boughs. The young ones are leaping and playing in that boughs. The baboon can look at that sunrise to meditate, doing meditations like that and boughs. The shadow of the trees appear to fall on that huge water tank. Fall on the shadow of that tree appears to fall on the huge water tank. Huge, it is look like a water tank. So water is falling down from that tree. It is look like a water tank. Regarding with this, it is not just the magnificence of the tree. It is not just the magnificence of the tree that drew her to it, drew her, and take her. But there was a emotional bond to that tree as well. Not that size of the tree, strength of the tree, magnificence of that tree. There has some and nostalgical feeling with that, the bond to the tree, emotional bond. Whenever she look at that tree, she recall her brothers and sister and mates and friends, those who lived under that tree. And it was under that shade of the tree that she played with her siblings, played with her siblings, siblings, siblings. The point, remember that tree because of the many happy memories of that childhood days uh, that are linked to it. The tree is connected with many more childhood memories linked to with the emotional bondage of the tree. Not that very strong and mighty nature of that tree is also connected to her and childhood linked to it, which are the sources of that comfort. Whenever she look at that frustration or isolation, when she look at that tree, she gets some consolation, satisfaction, soul share, companions to her in another country, wherever she goes. She look at that Cassandra tree, immediately she can visualize that just like William Wordsworth enjoy the daffodils when she ended that and also make that pendant happiness. In the same manner, she also close the eyes, trees appears, and also she enjoy the music any distance in that place. She expresses that tree lament her loss of the present, lament her loss of the present, and she hopes that the tree will be remembered forever. She always wants to remember forever as that yeah, yeah, you tree of Borrowdale, immortalize. The Wordsworth are still remembered. Whenever you look at that Tintin Abbey, remember the valley and mountains and Abbey, she remembered her childhood experience with his sister. That is the same manner. Whenever Toadette look at that tree, she remembered the jubilant experience, a wonderful experience, and become that lamentation in that past experience. She immortalized that tree for the sake of her loved one by writing a poem for it. How that she immortalized, so that to make an immortalize her experience with the siblings and experience with and mats and experience with that tree. That's why she has written this poem. It all ages to come we can read about that our castle tree. It is an immortal poem. It is a wonderful poem which was written by the Tordat. Real lines we will see regarding for that and listen and regarding for this. Immortalize that tree for the sake of her loved one by writing a poem for it. Nadukal and also the writings of the caves and the temple and many more places make they bring that immortal life. Writing the poem is also bring immortal life. And whenever you look at that Taj Mahal, we can immediately remind what Shah Jahan and Mumtaz. Whenever look at that Tanjai temple, we can remind what Rajaraja Cholan and his son. Whenever you look at that Kallanai, you remind that Kariyal Cholan, his youngest son. Whenever you look at that Kanyakonda Solapuram temple, Rajendra Cholan, his younger son. Whenever we look at this Adiyaman College, we can remember that Dr. Tambitra is a founder of this institution and principal, and many more people we can remind regarding with this. It is an immortalized life. Whenever we look at that and Annamalai University, we can see that Sir Annamalai Chettiar. Then I was through that medical college and dental colleges and Muthiya Chettiars. And whenever you see a horse race, horse coach and race course, we can remind that MAM and another third generation. Now that look at the hand over that ownerships of that college to someone else in that